Morning from British Columbia. Thank you. Thank you. We got some folks from Indianapolis, Indiana. Oh, thank you. Happy Father's Day. And we've got Els from Amsterdam. Thank you, Els. You know, this entire lesson is dedicated to Els, who is living in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam, one of my favorite places on earth. And he requested this song, Down Home Girl, and it inspired me to play this funky strum. And we're going to get into it right now. So just a couple more hellos. Thank you so much, Els, for requesting this. Thank you for being a patron. We've got some folks from Rome. Wonderful. Oh, Brad, great, from Asheville, North Carolina. Love it there. Oh, man, thank you so much for joining me. Looks like we got, gosh, upwards of 165 people in the room. Thank you so much. So, my friends, if you're joining me live or if you're joining on the replay will have timestamps so you can quickly go through the different parts of this lesson. I encourage you to commit to the full hour that we're going to spend together, because there's going to be an arc to it. So I hope that you'll stick around for the whole time. I know, it's a full day. It's Father's Day, so big love to all the fathers, past and present. Thank you very much to everyone wishing me a happy Father's Day. Happy birthday to this guy, who is he is the reason why I am a papa, of course, Rowan Oliver. Happy Father's Day to everybody. Hope that you are having a good time. As you can see, he already loves the ukulele. We sing and play a lot every day. And look at those fingers. I think he's got. We'll see. I think he's got pretty good form for 4.5 months old. So, thank you so much, everybody. I'd like to get started pretty soon, but of course, let's first just say hello. Thank you to all the patrons, all the subscribers. Before we begin, I encourage you to, like I said, commit to the full hour. Have something to drink. It's hot. And if you haven't already, get your ukulele in tune. Download the song sheet. Thank you so much. Thank you. He is precious. He has given new meaning to my life. And thank you. So to all the fathers out there, those who are here with us and those who are not with us anymore, we say big love, big respect. So thank you so much. I feel a real spirit of aloha in the room. Thank you so much for being here. It's also a cause for celebration because, June 21st is, someone called it Make Music Day. I got an email about it today. Every day is Make Music Day, but today is a day to be a bit more intentional about it. So thank you for spending Make Music Day with me and your Father's Day with me. All right. Now, how about we get started? Before we dive into all the funkiness and all the nuance, what I'd like to do is to just go through the song. I'm going to play the full funky strum. I will show you everything I'm doing in just a moment after we play the song, but let's begin just by playing the whole song. And there's 2 pages to this. If you haven't yet, please download the song sheet. You'll see on the second page there is the groove, okay, and there is also the box notation, so you can follow along with the first or the second page. That box notation is, of course, pathway to a really deeper level of understanding song. You follow along the bouncing ball on the page. Right now, let's just sing and play. Okay, here is your strum. Your intuitive strum that you want to play is this. Very, very simple, very easy. Everybody can do this. Keep your wrist really loose, and we're going to strum our G7 chord like this. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and... So let's get it going. You can hear already I'm starting to use the backbeat rhythm, which is 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. right, let's sing. Ready? Lord, I swear the perfume you wear was made out of turnip greens. Every time I kiss you, girl, it tastes like pork and beans. C7, even though you're wearing them city-fied high heels, I can tell by your giant steps you've been walking through the cotton fields. D7, oh, your soul, let it ring. 2, 3, 4, down home, girl. Let's just hang on that G7 chord. I hope that you can hear my voice and the uke clearly. You can tell this is a blues song. It's a little different than other blues songs, and we'll talk about that in a moment. Let's sing verse 2. 2, 3, 4. Every time you monkey child, you take my breath away. Every time you move like that, I gotta get down and pray. Don't you know that dress you're wearing was made out of fiberglass? And every time you move like that, you gotta go to Sunday Mass. D7, oh, your soul. 2, 3, 4, down home, girl. Verse 3, come on now. I wanna take you to the muddy river and push you in, just to watch the water roll on down your velvet skin. Gonna take you back to New Orleans, down in Dixieland. I'm gonna watch you do the second line, baby, with the sunshine in your hand. Sing it now. Oh, your song. 2, 3, 4, down home, girl. Stay on G7. Keep it strumming that G7. One more time. G7, come on now. We're gonna end 1, 2, 3, 4. And that was a quick run through of the blues form for Down Home Girl. We're going to say hello to the new folks coming in the room, and then we're going to talk about what I was doing playing over this whole song form here that you see in the box notation and the funky strum. Okay? How is everybody feeling? Are you feeling good out there? Is the video clear? It looks pretty smooth to me. Good. Keep on going, Ian says. Thank you. Konnichiwa from Japan. Wow, it's early in the morning in Japan. Thank you for joining me. To all my friends in Australia and that part of the world, Oceania, the Far East, Japan, Thailand. Kapkun kap, konnichiwa. Thank you to all my friends in Germany. Dankeschön. Dankjewel to the Netherlands and to Else, who requested this song. There's a lot that we can do with this rhythm. Let's just jump right into it, okay? What we are playing when we are playing the basic backbeat strum is we're keeping a steady stream of eighth notes. And now we're gonna change them a little bit, okay? First of all, the first beat, we're just gonna strum 1. Then we're gonna add an accent on 2, which we were already doing for the backbeat. 1, 2, and 3, and will be accented for and. So can you see the arrows here? They are, please take a screenshot of this if you want. This is an accent. That is the official accent mark, but I made a heavy arrow, and here is a thick arrow, and here's another thick arrow. So what you hopefully want to start to feel is, and I mean really literally feel it in your hand, that you're playing one, down, up, up, down, up, up. I'm going to stick this piece of high technology here onto my other piece of high technology and pray that it stays up, okay? Please stay up. Oh, good. It's staying put. And let's get into this. If you can say it, you can play it. Will you please say that with me? If you can say it, you can play it. I'm going to adjust my lights, and I just want you to start doing this. Here's the exercise 1. You're going to count 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. And then, when you count it, the trick is to say these louder, the ones that are underlined, and clap on those accents. Are you ready? 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2. Keep going, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3. Let's do it now. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 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 1. Awesome. Let's put that on the ukulele. Goes like this. On a G7 chord, we're going to play soft except for the accents. That's important. We have to keep everything soft so the accents really pop out of the texture. We don't want to have a case of ESS. ESS is a condition known as excessive strumming syndrome, and everybody comes down with a case of it. I sure have. It's all about playing lightly, only accent the hard stuff. Here we go. I'll start it out. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 2 more times. Say it out loud. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and stop on 1. Awesome. Right now, take your hand off your ukulele. Go on. Take your hand off and do this. That's good. That's good, because you just played a syncopated rhythm. Now, we're going to do it a few more times, of course. Once is not enough to drive it into the circuitry and to really memorize it. So we're going to do it again. My recommendation for you, we're first of all playing it slower. So that's recommendation 1. 2, make sure you're really saying it loud enough to get to your ear. Try to look at your hand. I know you're watching a screen. Glad you're here. And if you're enjoying yourself, please smash the like button. I appreciate you being here. But look at what you're doing. Look at it at the same time that you say it. Okay? Let's do it together, and then we're going to pick up the tempo. The only way to really learn something well is to first go slow and ramp up. Here we go. 1, 2. I'll get it started. 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. After a while, say it out loud, but then just hear it in your mind. Just hear it. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Let's try playing the first verse of Down Home Girl. I'm going to bring up the strum sheet again, the song sheet. See if you can keep this going. Remember, the nuances are we can just strum once on one, then two, soft, and three, and four, and one. Do you see how my voice and my hands are working together? All right. This is not a ton of information, right? It's not like you need a PhD in music to understand this, but the learning happens when we slow down enough to really let our voice command the body, okay? So the command comes from the brain to the body. Send information back to the brain by looking at it, by listening and feeling. The sensory input that you take back makes a feedback loop, and that feedback loop helps you learn better. It's helped me learn all kinds of stuff. I was self-taught before I went to music school. I used to learn things just by ear and still do. So remember, say it, play it, look at it. But let's just jump ahead, okay? You can always come back to this video and review that. Let's now place that rhythm over the song. Okay, and I know it's a little hard to see it right now. Let's just go on memory. Remember, it's 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3. All right, are you ready? Let's just play the first verse. And what we'll do is we're gonna play around with reading the box notation. I'm gonna zoom in on the box notation so you can see it really clearly. See a bouncing ball, you're going to play that rhythm pattern that I just showed you. Every box is one of these rhythm patterns. Okay, let's put it all together. Are you ready? Yikes, that's not what I meant to do. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and ready? Let's strum, go. G7, 2, and 3, and next box, 1, 2, 3, next box, 1, 2, 3, and fourth box. Fifth box, sixth box, seventh box. Go to the second line, C7. Third box, fourth box. Go back to G7. 1, 2, 3, and, C, 3, and, D7 for 2 boxes. C7, let it ring, 2, 3, 4, G7. Here's the last box, and we're at the beginning now. Wonderful, everybody, so cool, so cool. I'm gonna zoom the chart back out so it's a little easier to see. Box notation is leveling up your musicianship. Okay, this whole course is, this live stream is part of Beyond Basic Strumming, right? And one of the big things you can do is to start to read chord charts. Quick story, I was in Thailand many years ago, almost 10 years ago, and I was in a little bar, and I had a ukulele with me, and I had box charts of my favorite tunes. And the band didn't speak a word of English. I didn't speak any Thai, except I could say Kap Kun Kap and Swazdi Ka. But we spoke the language of box notation, right? I plopped my charts in front of the band, and we all jammed together. It was so cool. So I encourage you to take the songs that you know. It's a learning process. You take the lyrics and you count the beats out and try to work out what the box notation is. On just about every one of the song sheets that I offer at my Patreon page, they have the box notation as well, so you can really understand the structure and level up your rhythmic playing. Okay, are you enjoying yourself so far? If so, please smash the like button or lovingly caress the like button. And I would love it if you subscribe to my channel, Ukulele Zen. My goal is to have 100,000 subscribers by the end of 2020. I would love that. That would be a great gift. So if you're enjoying this, I put out great content every week. Thank you for subscribing. Let's keep on going. Now, the box notation, we're going to do this one more time just to drive it in, and then we're going to learn more of these tricks that I want to show you. Okay? You can always watch this video and review. All right. So good to be with you. Oh, and one last thing about the story of being in the bar in Thailand. We played song after song after song. And if you have box charts in your pocket, you can do the same thing. You know, believe me, the band will remember you. Years later, they're going to talk about you. They're going to say, remember that guy, Kieran? Man, do you remember that guy else? He showed up with a box chart. Man, that was cool. Yeah, we played, yeah. We were able to play together because it's clear. You know what the structure is. And musicians, especially professional musicians, love clear charts, right? We want to know what to play. All right. Let's play this one more time. Same groove as before. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to put some strum spice on it, okay, to make it extra tasty. Are you ready? Let's do it. Trey Romano is here. Thank you, Lauren, for being here. Nan Simpson, oh, cool, you're here. And Regine, good to have you here. Thank you so much. Walter, thank you so much. Dankeschön, I'm glad you're here. Let us begin. Try to see a bouncing ball go across the chart. Use your eye. Ready? Ready, here we go. We're going to start in 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Girl, I swear the perfume you wear was made out of turnip greens. 5th box, every time I kiss you, girl, it tastes like pork and beans. C7 now, even though you're wearing them uptown high heels. I can tell by your giant steps you've been walking through the cotton fields. D7, oh, yes, so. 2, 3, 4, down, home, girl. Yes, my friends. We're going to go back to these lyrics and we'll be ready to play the tune in a moment. Let me know how you're doing. And let's get into some of the spices, okay? Some of the things that you can put into this groove. It, of course, takes a little time till this is natural. The whole point of syncopated rhythms is that they're not natural. You know, it trains us to feel strong beats in unexpected places. And if I may, I'd like to correct something that I just said. It's not that it's unnatural. There are parts of the world, like in Brazil, like in Africa, all over the world, where syncopated rhythms are part of life. You know, in the Balkans, in Romania, in Bulgaria, in Serbia, and all over the Balkans, rhythms of 7 and 11 and 13 are as natural as backbeat. So the whole point is that we are putting accents in unexpected places. Feel that upstrum, and I appreciate it so much. Click the like button at the bottom of the video if you are enjoying this, and I appreciate you being here. Let's put a little chunk in. What we're going to do is we're going to put the chuck on beat 2. I have a video. It's one of the first ones I ever made. It's on my channel, Ukulele Zen, and I teach you how to play the chuck. I filmed it on a flip phone. Good times. And the quality of the video is not so great, but the teaching is clear, and it teaches you how to make the percussive chuck. I like to use these fingers at the same time and then mute the strings right afterwards. Give me a thumbs up or say yes, or say if you know how to chuck. Let me know if you know how to chuck. The way you do it in a nutshell is you strum the strings hard and then mute. How about we have now a 60-second chuck lesson. 1 minute is all it's going to take. Now here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the open strings, okay? So we'll just focus on the strumming hand. And Cassie, it does matter which way you strum the rhythm. It's a good idea to feel these arrows as up. The upbeats are up strums. Down, down, up, up. Okay? And eventually, Cassie, what happens is you only really focus on the accents. Well, you don't only focus on it, but it's a big part of what you feel. 2 and 3 and 4. So here's where I put the chuck. I put the chuck on beat 2, that first accent. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. All right. So let's now have that 60 seconds chuck. What we're going to do is we're going to strum with these fingers, pretend they are one finger, but they're tied together. Keep the hand loose. And we're going to strum, mute. Do it with me. Ready? Strum, mute. Now let's do that again and make the mute a little quicker. Strum, mute. Ready? Strum, mute. Great. Now bring the mute even closer. So strum and then mute right afterwards. Strum, mute. Strum, mute. Now try to put the mute almost at the same time. It's just a split second after the firm strum. And I am touching with this part of my hand to mute. It may be different for you. You can also make a nice chuck with this finger. Same process. Okay, so that's just 1 minute to chucking. If you do this every day, you will develop a clear, consistent percussive sound. And it creates a drum beat. So when I put it in the rhythm, okay? And there are other things I'm doing like the slides, beat 1, the space, and I'll show you the trumpet lick right now. Well, in a moment. Thanks for hanging. Let's try it with the chuck. The whole rhythm, chuck on beat 2. I'll do it first, nice and slow. 1, chuck, up, down, chuck, up, down, up, 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 2, and 3, and 2, and 3, and 2, and 3. Very nice. I'm going to play it a little faster and then I'll do it even slower. Let me just let you hear what it sounds like at regular tempo, and then I'm going to break it down even slower, okay? So you can really get it. Here we go. Here are the mechanics now, very slowly so you can see. I strum down on beat 1. I chuck up, down, up, so slow you almost forget what we were doing. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 4, and. All right, here we go. Hold down your G7 chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 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 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, Great. So, yes, thank you for hanging with me. And yes, the audio seems to be all right on my end. There might be something with your speaker. Oh, yes, Charlie, yes. It might have been your Bluetooth. Plug in a headset into your device. Thank you for hanging with me. Now, we're just about halfway through the lesson, and then I'm going to play some tunes for you. Let's now talk about some other things I do to make this sound even cooler. I put space, which means on the and of 4, this third accent, I let it ring, and it rings all the way until beat 2. So I'm tying together the last and of 4. I'm tying it onto beat 1. And this is what that sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, Did you hear how the last up strum was ringing all the way through beat 1? That helps to really bring out that accented sound. I'm going to do it again without counting so you can just hear the instrument. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, here I go. So this is, again, beyond basic strumming. This is a nice concept to bring into your strumming. Let some of the sounds ring through the beginning of the bar. Let's try this out together. Oh yeah, Walter, thanks for being here. So let's try one more time. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 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 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Now we're going to try it again in just one sec, but I want to give you a quick tip first. The tip is, when you are letting it ring, say 1 out loud. All right? Really say it loud so it fills up the space, and do make sure that you're, again, looking at what you're doing. Make sure you're watching what you're doing, saying it and playing it. Here we go. 1, 2, here we go. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And then just let go of the count and feel it. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 2, and 3, and 4. When you put that at tempo, when you play it fast, it sounds very cool, and we're going to put some more stuff on it. Let me demonstrate. 1, 2, 3, 4. D7. C7, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Now I want to show you another cool thing. I know we're moving through this kind of quickly. There will be timestamps in the video below, and please watch this again. Would appreciate it if you just took one moment, if I may just share with you really quickly. If you're enjoying this lesson so far, these live streams are free, of course. If you wish to support with a donation or take advantage of a discount for my online store, both at my website and at my Teespring page, there are all kinds of things, t-shirts, mugs, books, and things for you to enjoy. Sure would appreciate it very much. In this age of COVID, all my touring is finito. You know, I will not be going to Australia this year. I will not be going to Seattle this year. I will not be going to Europe this year. I hope to next year. So if you can support, there are links below, and I really, really appreciate anything that you can do to support this channel. Most importantly, I'm just glad you're here. So another way you can support real quick is to join our community at Patreon. Patrons get all kinds of extra perks. In a few days, I'm going to post a jam track for a new song, a bluesy, jazzy song. You get monthly jam tracks. There are extra in-depth lessons, and there's a wonderful community at Patreon. I love my patrons. I really appreciate your support. You can always ask me a question there, and if you click the link below, you can learn about the different tiers of membership. There's a lot of value there, so I really appreciate your support. Anything you can do, sure appreciate it, and of course this little guy does too. Thank you so much. Links below if you want to check that out. Thank you for listening. You know, this has been commercial free so far, so thank you for listening. Now, one thing I do when I'm strumming is I put space in it, and I almost don't think about it very much because I'm interested in space. You know, I don't mean just outer space, but spaciousness. That's a big part of meditation, is just allowing things to come and not adding anything to it, observing as the detached observer. Detached doesn't mean we don't care, just observing. One of the things you can do, and it's a very subtle thing, but it makes your strumming really sound good, is that on beat 1 or beat 3, you can just pick one string with your thumb. And you can do this on any tuned ukulele. If you're on a baritone this whole time, sorry if I haven't said this, just drop a capo at the 5th fret and you'll be in the same key. Or just play on your regular baritone tuning, you'll just be in a different key. But watch what I'm doing here. I'm gonna play on beat 1. I strum gently, just one string, then chuck, up, down, up. See, when I'm going down here, I'm just using my thumb. 1, 2, let me just play it and then I'll break it down. 2, 3, 4. So instead of strumming all the strings on beat 1 or all the strings on beat 3, if you want to, you can add some space, and it really makes, it thins out the rhythm. It thins it out so you can hear the accents. It's a very, very cool effect. You don't have to do it every time. Yes, Joseph. Yes, exactly. Here's what this sounds like when you just, and let me just share a quick exercise, okay? Go down with your index, up with your index, and then instead of going down with your index, pluck one string, and then go up. So it's down, up, pluck, up. Let me show you up close. Down, up, pluck, up. That pluck, my hand almost strums. It feels a little like a strum. Down, up, pluck, up, down, up, pluck, up. So if you're going to try to do this, it's a great idea to have the thumb ready. My thumb feels open. Down, up, pluck, up, down, up, and this just really thins it out. I'm just plucking the thumb and the thumb on 1 and 3. Here I go. 1, 2, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thumb, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, thumb, chuck, up, down, up. I'm going to show you one more time. Up close. 1, chuck, up, thumb, up, down, up. 1, chuck, up, thumb, up, up. And there's a lot of different ways you can use the thumb. You could put the thumb here and here on beats 3 and 4. 1, chuck, up, down, up. Yes. When you start to play with this, you begin to realize there's not that much you have to do. It's a very, very soft sound. Let's play it a little faster and see if we can get the thumb to pluck either on 1, on 3, and 4. We'll still count out loud. I know this is a bit more advanced, so thank you for hanging with me. These lessons are more of a technique, not so much a uke jam, and I appreciate you hanging with me very, very much. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Chuck. thinned out the rhythm really brings out these accents. So we're building a sandwich. We're layering things on top, and let's layer one more thing. Slides. Take your G7 chord, move it down 1 fret, and then move it back. Now when you slide this shape down, you're going to lose the index finger. It just hangs out there, and then it comes back. And we're going to place that slide on the and of 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and it adds a really cool slinkiness to the rhythm. Here I go. I'm going to play it fast and I'll break it down. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. You can put it in other places too. Let me count it out for you a little slower. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. So we got something very, very cool here. We've got the backbeat being accented to the and of 3, the and of 4. We're putting a little space by just, letting this ring out into beat 1. And right before we do that, we slide in. Now, if you've just started out, this can be quite tricky. To strum a chord, and you see how I made it ring just by moving my hand? Let's try that out right now. And here is the way I'd like you to practice it. Mike, I hear you. Yes, the low G does sound different. However, I want to say one thing. Your ears are getting used to this sound. So really, while the sound may seem, maybe more low end because it is a lower note, it's just as cool to do it on high G. So please play whatever uke you want. Oh, and by the way, all the ukes I'm playing, there are links below if you want to check them out, including the Griffin Ukulele Zen uke by Brian Griffin, awesome man, awesome luthier in the Pacific Northwest, Bellingham, Washington. I want to teach you this very, very cool trick, and then we're going to begin to land the plane. There's been a lot of info shared here. This is a tricky thing, even for people who've been playing for a while. You're going to strum, and then you slide down. Give it a good strum. You got to play it with some force. And just the left hand landing on the next chord makes it ring out. Okay, so here's what I do. And then I rest. Got a couple of questions in the chat I'm going to get to in just a moment. Let's try. I'm going to set you up with this. Strum the slid down G7, so that's open 1, open 1. You strum it with some authority. Really hit it. And then stop. All right? Putting space into your practice is the way to make improvement. Don't do it 10 times in a row. Just do it once. Do it for just 1 minute. Like this, and you'll start to make some progress. Now, what's going to happen is when you land, it's natural to feel that your hand is getting tight. That's why we want to stop, stretch our hand, and every time you do it, try to make it as light as possible. It takes time. I've been working on this for a long, long, long time. Relaxing, okay? What will happen is if you can begin just by hearing those 2 notes ring out, and then add this one. All right, so keep working with that. We're going to put it into the rhythm right now. Someone asked me about strings. I think it was Marley. Marley HM. I recommend all different kinds of strings. These ones on here are Diodario strings. On my Griffin ukulele is a custom set This is it's a hybrid set that I made with Brian's help. It has 2 German-made jazz guitar strings, Tomastic infield jazz guitar strings, and this is 2 classical guitar strings. And so it's a very strange set of strings. That's one of the reasons why this ukulele sounds nice and rich. I'm going to play it for you in a moment. And also the construction of this uke is totally different. So check out the link below to learn about Griffin ukuleles. I also recommend the strings that are in the link below. There's a nice set, and it's a nice deal because the strings are so long that you can cut them in half and you get like enough for many changes. So check the links below if you want to check out about the strings I use. Strings are, it's kind of like a shoe. It has to fit. So I recommend certain things, but they feel good to me. So check out lots of different kinds of strings, Marley. And thank you so much. Yeah, Roland, I hear you. It does take time. All right, and this is just strum spice. We're just flavoring it, not required. Now, Kathy has a great question regarding the single note in the G strum pattern. Was referring to having trouble making that note speak. Oh yeah, sure. No sweat. So sometimes you can just pluck it almost underneath, and you get a little slap. That's another thing you can do. Yeah. Whatever works for you. We don't want to. This is a complicated rhythm. That's why it's beyond just the basic strum. Thank you for hanging with me. You are all so awesome. So let's put these things together, and let me just make something very clear, okay? I really want you to hear me here. You don't have to put this stuff on. The rhythm is super cool, just going down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. I'm just strumming with my index, but I am making sure that I'm only playing these ones loud. That's the basic, all right? We want to at least have that down. 1, 2. As far as thinning out the texture, Kathy, another thing you can do is you don't have to use the thumb. You could use the index finger and just be sure to pluck one string. Okay, and that's a technique that I outline in some of my Johnny Cash lesson videos about the boom bitty boom bitty boom bitty boom bitty boom bitty boom. I hear that train a coming. So let's now put this together, and then I'm going to show you one last thing, the trumpet lick. I call it the trumpet lick because when you listen to this song, especially the original recording from '64, Down Home Girl, great tune. We're going to play it one more time. The Rolling Stones recorded it, and there's always this trumpet lick. Now let's learn it right now, okay? It's actually pretty darn easy. Check it out. Play your G7 chord, strum it once. Great. And what you're going to do is lift off the ring finger, so you just have fingers 1 and 2. Now you're going to move those fingers up 1 fret and then another fret, so they are on the 4th and the 3rd fret. Can you hear that sound? Does that sound the same as me? 4 and 3. Now what you're going to do is to pick it, use these 2 fingers and stroke those strings. Notice how my thumb is resting on the 4th string. I'll show you this on the high G in a moment. What you're going to do is you're going to pluck, then the G string, then move down a fret, and then down a fret. You put that together, it goes like this. With me? Ready? 1, 2, nice and easy. And. Thank you, Kevin. I miss Eugene. I assume that's at Eugene, Oregon. Notice how when I do this, I take a break every time, okay? When we practice this way, we're shooting darts, okay? You're playing darts. I've never seen anybody, except maybe in a kung fu movie, take a handful of darts and go and hit the bullseye. You have to line up each shot. and I'll tell you, from someone who's been learning stuff on my own for a long time, and with teachers on my own, one thing at a time. And that's what's meant by ukulele zen. Zen merely means paying attention to what is actually happening. So right now, what is actually happening? If you don't like what's actually happening, try smiling at it. And just welcome it in, because your mistakes are your friends. They are. I know it doesn't feel like it. And if this makes you want to click away, sorry. This is the way I've learned and kept a positive attitude and have been able to do some cool things with my music life. And I wish for you a kind of practice where you sit down to practice and you just feel great. You feel nourished at the end of it. So watch. Every time you do this. Yeah, nice. So I think we're getting the hang of it. Now let's put it into the rhythm. It's going to happen on beats 3 and 4. It's going to go 3 and 4 and 1. The last one will be on beat 1, where we return to the G7 chord. I'm going to show you really closely now. Someone's asking if I'll provide a PDF of the teaching notes. I just may do that, and it would be extra content for my patrons. Yes, definitely. You can also take a screenshot of this if you wish. Here it is. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 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 1. I know there's a lot going on there, right? That's why we want to play darts and just take it apart. Check it out. Are you ready to try it again? We have to prepare our fingers and our mind to be ready to land on the first part of that trumpet lick right here on beat 3. So you're going to go 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and be ready. 3, and 4, and 1. So we put this trumpet lick every other pattern. Thank you, Amrita Singh. Thank you so much. Thank you. Here we go. Without us being in the same room, it's hard to know. You know, if you've ever been to one of my live events, it's very interactive. We're singing, we're dancing with our instruments. So I appreciate you being here so much. Let's try it. Ready? Every other one, we're going to put the trumpet lick in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3. When you do it a last time, you go to your C7 chord, because remember, I think I may have forgotten myself. We're playing a song here, right? So we want to apply it to the song and the song form that we're playing. We always want to put these things into songs, but we have to take them apart. You want to try that again? Shout me out in the chat. Let me know if you want it faster or slower. I'm going to play it faster first, and let me know if you want me to break it down. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Marley. Smiling back at you. Rastaman vibration. Positive. Sorry, I got off track. I am who I am. So yes, happy Father's Day to everybody. Let's try this again. Remember, you don't have to put all the strum spice in, but do make sure that you play the accents. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and don't catch a case of ESS, excessive strumming syndrome, right? Well, you know, we'll have a punk rock lesson someday. Punk rock, you hit everything hard. I used to do that long time ago. Hard. Yeah, everything's hard. This is different. Are you ready? Amrita, let me get to your question in just a moment. Thank you for being here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and. this video again. You know, this live stream is the same link that you clicked on. It's going to be a replay. I'll have timestamps. I'm going to have to get to it after a little bit of fatherly duty with my boy, but I will get to that. Thank you so much. Amrita, weird question. Maybe in your previous video, you said if you had an Indian sounding chords on the ukulele. Well, it just so happens that I love Indian music. I do study a little bit of it. As far as chords go, Indian classical music is based on not having chords, but rather melodies over a drone. And the harmonies are made by the notes in their relationship to the drone. Listen to some raga of any instrument, sitar, bamboo flute. Indian slide guitar is a fantastic instrument. So no particular chords, but you can create an, how should we say, Indian-esque sound by playing a drone note. Melodies over drone. Okay, so I hope that answers your question. Yes, David, there is song sheet in the links below. Let me show you that trumpet lick one more time. And this is soul music indeed, Regine. Thank you. If you haven't already, please smash the like button below this video and subscribe to this channel. Let's get into this. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and get the basic down. How about we start by just muffling the strings? Come on, join in with me. Muffle the strings, look at them, and count out loud. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and say it loud. Look at it. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2. Everything is like a whisper, except for 1, 2, 3, and 4, ba, 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 ba. And now we're gonna rock. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Trumpet lick. How about we play the whole song and you can do any strum you like, okay? Any strum you like. We're going to bring up the song sheet and have one more jam, a little more question and answer, and then I'm going to play a tune for you. I appreciate you being here so much. If you are enjoying this and you would like to study with me more, I am working on some great online courses. Please sign up at my website, stufuchs.com. There are links in the description below. Please join. I don't send too many emails. You will not be bombarded with emails, believe me. But I will keep you in touch with when I launch new courses. Courses about all kinds of things, how to play, how to improvise, things like using a pick. These are my favorite picks called tree picks. You got to check them out. And I'm going to be having a whole course about using a pick and many other subjects. Like I said, rock and roll, reggae, improvisation, jazz, swing. If you want to be kept in the loop, sign up today and you'll get a free song. You'll get a song from my CD, Ukuleles. Okay, so hope you join in. If you want to join as a patron, sure, appreciate your support. It's the lifeblood of keeping artists like me in in our homes. And thank you so much for your support. You can also support at the links below. There are some links to make a donation if you've got some value out of this class and you're in a position to offer something. Anything is accepted, and thank you so very much. My deepest gratitude to you for just being here with me. And if you would like to offer a donation, of course, I would be thrilled and very grateful. So thank you so much. There's also discount codes for my store down below. Check it out, all kinds of interesting things there. And reminders, gentle reminders to stay in the present moment where all the wonders of life are available to us. Thank you for hanging with me. I know this is not your traditional ukulele lesson. I like to teach more than just where to put your fingers. I hope to show you ways that you can make the whole process much easier. Check out the stuff at Patreon if you want to join. The link's below. Okay, commercial break over. And my boy Rowan thanks you. It's been a wonderful Father's Day. Yep. Are you ready to jam? Let's play the song one more time and then I'll take some more questions. Thank you, Danielle, for subscribing. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, Linda and Bill, thank you for being here. Yes, we can work with an Indian drone, and I would get into it, but we'll, we will go far over our exceeded time, and maybe we will definitely touch on that. Trust me, I have a lot of interesting plans for the future. Let's jam out the song. Strum it any way you wish, and then I'm just going to share a few more practice tips with you. Take your questions. Thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. You ready to play? Okay, if you've got the song sheet, you can follow along with the lyrics as I have here, or use the box chart. Okay, but we're going to keep the lyrics up so we can sing together. Thank you so much. If you've enjoyed this, please give it a like. Click the like button and let's play. One, excuse me, let's get that correct. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Girl, I swear the perfume you wear was made out of turnip greens. Every time I kiss you, baby, it tastes like rice and beans. Even though you're wearing them uptown high heels, I can tell by your giant steps you've been walking through the cotton fields. Oh, your soul, let it ring down home, girl. Verse 2. Every time you monkey, child, you take my breath away. Every time you move like that, I got to get down and break. Don't you know that dress you're wearing was made out of fiberglass? And every time you move like that, I gotta go to Sunday Mass. D7, whoa, your soul, let it ring down home, girl. Just play the chords, G7. More G7. D7, come on! Oh, strum, stop. You ready to sing the last verse? Come on, let's do it. Gonna take you to the muddy river and push you in, just to watch the water roll on down your velvet skin. Gonna take you back to New Orleans, down in Dixieland. Gonna watch you do the second line, baby, with an umbrella in your hand. Oh, your soul down Once you get the hang of the strum, you'll never want to stop. And it's one of my greatest joys is just to sit and play a little band in your lap. The whole band's there. You can hear the drummer, the bass player, the horns. All right, everybody. Give yourself a big hand. Come on. Thank you for jamming with me. Yes, yes. How about we have just a few more questions about things? As you could see, I was taking some liberties. I'm not only changing words occasionally. That's just something I do. I like to follow Pete Seeger's folk process to make the song your own. I don't know, rice and beans. Yeah, it just feels right to me. Rice and beans. And maybe because my wife doesn't eat pork and beans, she eats rice and beans. So that's what I sang. And I wish for you the same freedom. Just take these words and just, you don't have to play the songs exactly as written. They're blueprints to follow, but the music is beyond the paper. You follow? Thank you so much. So let's take a few more questions. And next week, we will be covering another great chord progression. It's actually a chord progression that I wrote a song for called My Little Jumping Flea. And it's on my CD. My CD called After All This Time. And it's a New Orleans style chord progression. It takes a little bit of knowing the chords. There's a few more advanced chords. I'd say intermediate chords. Advanced beginner chords, but it's all within reach. So next week we'll cover that. My Little Jumping Flea is the name of the song. You can listen to it at my website, stufuchs.com. Muito bom. Thank you, Jose. Thank you. Muito obrigado. My wife speaks better Portuguese than I do. I don't know much. She's been to Brazil many times. Syncopation explained completely with a great strumming pattern. Thank you. There's always more to explain. So now please take what I've shared with you in this video. Let me get this back. Take this information, watch this video again, and now we have to learn it. So how do we learn it? First of all is showing up. You showed up today, so thank you. I don't want to get too cosmic here, but it's a truth that music is made up of sound waves that are in regular patterns. And I don't think I have to tell anybody here, it's not news to you, that the earth is in regular patterns of winter, spring, summer, fall, a year, 365 days going around the sun. Music follows those same cycles. And I promise you that if you show up on a regular basis with attention, you will progress. So that's step one. Show up on a regular basis. Better to show up for 5 minutes every day than an hour one day. Now, if you can, make sure that you use some of these suggestions. Deep listening. When this whole time together is over, I'm going to play a song for you, and then we're going to have a short meditation for deep listening. And we're going to listen to a singing bowl. We'll encounter and experience the power of deep listening. It's very healing and very relaxing. So a couple of questions now. Walter, yes to soloing. You could use the pentatonic scale. A lot of different possibilities, for sure. Thank you so much, Patricia. So glad that you feel inspired. Remember, a powerful way to practice is if you can say it, you can play it. Can I play Yogi Bear? Mario, maybe someday. Yes, yes. Yeah, that's a funny song. Definitely. Thank you, brother. So, say it. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. And just one really practical practice tip. Put 5 minutes on a timer. You could use your cell phone. Put a timer on and just spend 5 minutes doing one thing. At first, the mind, you'll notice how we want to rush to other things. Stay with one subject and shoot darts. Try to make a bullseye. So when you're practicing one thing for 5 minutes, you're spending 5 minutes doing something of quality. Thank you. Yes, physicists, you correct me all you want. I'm a layman in the sciences. I just love music. But there is something about the regularity and showing up on a regular basis for your music. So let's experience it right now, really quickly. This trumpet lick. Put your fingers in here. 3rd fret, 4th fret. Move it down. So what I'm doing is I'm picking with these fingers. And now we're going to practice shooting a dart. If I was in a championship dart match, I would take my time lining it up. So let's line it up, okay? Get yourself set. Means hearing it before you play. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Thank you, Avi. Only one moment at a time. That's all we get. One moment at a time. They got to remember, right? If you want to see an enlightened being who's in the moment all the time, it's this fella right here. So, this fella right here. He's in the moment. Let's play now. We're going to play and just shoot darts. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. I just made one shot. Please join in with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Now, when you practice something complex like this, it can be very humbling just how much you have to slow things down. And you might even hear some voices in your head saying, you know, you're never going to make it. Or, you know, oh, you have to slow it down so much. But just think for a moment, anything that you do automatically, like tying your shoes. There was one day when you were very young where somebody patiently showed you how to tie your shoes, and the first few 10, 20 times you tied your shoes, I bet you took your time. So we want to bring kind of a childlike wonder to the practice process. It's very helpful. I have found it very helpful, and I hope you do too. So you just do it once and know that you're learning to tie your shoes on your instrument. It will get easier the more we bring a kind attention to it, a loving attention. Yes, using a metronome is a great idea. Here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 1. I just did it once. I shot one dart, and then repeat. So thank you so much. Please repeat that process as often as you like, and you'll see your playing will improve bit by bit by bit by bit. The good news is if you go slow, you actually reach your goals faster. Don't listen to the voice that tells you you're wasting your time. You're not. Going slow is how you get there. Be like the wise turtle. So just a few more questions. Struggled with a chord, then a friend told me to turn my wrist. Yes. Oh, I see. It's a response to Cassie. Thank you, Sakshay. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. That's a great advice. And I recently had a couple of tips on my YouTube channel about chords and how to make them easier. Thank you so much for hanging. Hey, if you haven't already, would you please subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up? I think it's time to transition into a little bit of performing. And I'd like to play a song for you and then lead a short meditation. The meditation will be about deep listening. It's going to be deeply relaxing. So I'd like to change instruments for you. This is a little guitalele, and it's actually from Mexico. This would be a requinto. And in the future, I will be demonstrating and making lessons for the Guitalele. I have one on the way from a wonderful company, and I'll be sharing all that with you. There'll be a regular series of videos about the Guitalele. But I wanted to just give you a little preview here. The way it is tuned, it's just like a ukulele, but it has the extra low strings of a guitar. So you can now, those of you who ever wanted to learn to play guitar, it will be at a smaller scale. It feels like a ukulele. And it's just wonderful to play. Okay, this is I want to just demonstrate a little bit of what the Guitalele might sound like. You can, of course, strum songs. But I would like to play something that's in the style of Brazilian music for you. So, if that's all right with you, I'm going to do it. 1, 2. Now this Guitalele or requinto doesn't hold its tune very well, but we're going to listen to it anyway. Here we go. Thank you so much. Dedicated to you all for showing up, and especially to my friends from Brazil. In Brazilian guitar years, I'm only about 6, 7 years old, maybe. So thank you for listening. I will be sharing with you in the future a great, much higher quality instrument than this, made by a wonderful company, and I'll be premiering that soon. Thank you so much. The Guitalele is like a Logi, but it's just like a guitar. It's just tuned up. It's as if you're playing a guitar that begins at the 5th fret of a guitar. So it's a wonderful hybrid of ukulele and guitar. So thank you so much. Now we've been working with strumming, and as you can see, I was playing fingerstyle, which is really a wonderful world to explore. Future live streams will be exploring fingerstyle. So I'd like to dedicate this to all the fathers who look at their babies and their adult children alike and just feel so much love. I also like to dedicate this to anyone who's just feeling the love today. We sure need a lot more of it in the world. Here we go. I'm going to improvise a little chord solo for you based on a Stevie Wonder song. Being here. If you'd like to support my channel, there's some links below, and of course would love to have you join on Patreon. More importantly, if you support, that's wonderful, thank you to everybody, but more importantly, I hope that you just play your ukulele today for someone you love. Play it for yourself. You are the sunshine of my life. That's why I'll always be around. You are the apple of my eye. Forever you'll stay in my soul. I feel like this is the beginning, and I've loved you for 1,000,000 years. I know our love is never ending. Unopened hearts watered by our tears. Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. You are the sunshine of my life. That's why I'll always stay around. You are the apple of my eye. Forever you'll stay in my heart. Thank you so much for hanging with me. You are the sunshine of my life, just for being here, for adding more music, more joy to the world. So every week I'll be doing these live streams at this time. At some day in the future, I may be able to offer one at a different time that's a little easier for my friends in Japan and Australia and Thailand. But for right now, this little guy right here keeps me on a regular schedule, to say the least. Thank you so much. Happy Father's Day. Happy solstice. If you would like to watch this again, the same link is below. We're going to have a short 5-minute meditation, something to center and relax ourselves and to bring more wellness into our lives. Real quick, just want to remind you there are links below for my mailing list. If you want to join, you'll get a free track today. There's also wonderful benefits waiting for you at the Patreon page. Thank you so much. Read about the membership below. There's all kinds of different tiers and different gifts for you there in exchange for your membership and your support. Thank you. And finally, if you want to offer a donation, muito obrigado, dankjewel, dankeschön, muchísimas gracias, muito obrigado. And I wish I knew how to say thank you so much in Russian and French. Oh, I do know in French. Merci beaucoup. But to all the people out there watching across the world, thank you so much. And I appreciate your support. I appreciate you just being here. So please share this video. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, there's all kinds of cool stuff I put up each and every week and more to come. Would you like to join me in a simple but profound meditation? If so, you can rest your ukulele, put your feet on the floor. And what we're going to do is universal, okay? This is not tied to one tradition of belief or anything. It's just about the power of listening deeply and what happens when we bring our conscious awareness to the present moment. The link between our mind and our body is the breath. And it's a very powerful thing to pay attention to it. So, all I'll say is this. One drop of practice is worth an ocean worth of theory. Same with music. Sitting down, showing up and playing and practicing is worth all the talking about it, all the books you could read. The experience teaches you. So right now, I wish for you a peaceful experience of breathing, calmly abiding in the present moment. The method is very simple, and thank you. I see a lot of comments. Happy Father's Day. Peace and love to you all. Really, really thank you so much. You're very, very sweet, you all. Oh my gosh. I'm getting cavities. You're all so sweet. Thank you, Huen. Thank you, Marley. There will be all kinds of good stuff each and every week here. So now I wish you all well. And this process of paying attention to the present moment is going to be anchored by deep listening. I'm going to ring the bell. I'm going to invite the bell to sound. And all you'll do is rest with your feet on the floor. If there are other sounds in the room, invite them in. Allow yourself, just listen to whatever is present. Listen to the bell. As it rings, it will eventually decay into silence. I will ring it 3 times to begin. Listen deeply to each bell. Then we will just sit and follow our breath. The practice is to bring your attention, full attention to the breathing. And that's all we'll say about it. Have a great experience. Have a wonderful meditation. I wish you peace and blessings. Thank you for being a blessing in my life. Thank you. So let us begin. Sitting up. Feet on the floor. Please make sure you smile a little bit, just a gentle smile. Meditation is depth, not seriousness. So we want to breathe and smile. That's the practice. A smile that feels real to you. Not a phony smile, your own natural smile, but feel a little smile or a big one. Feel the goodness that it is simply to be alive. The wonders of life become available right now when we are in the here and now. Let us begin. Follow your breath. Allow yourself to breathe naturally. Your body knows exactly how much oxygen you need. Follow your body's wisdom. Remain connected to your breathing. Continue to follow your breathing. To help you in anchoring yourself to your breath, you may like to say internally to yourself, breathing in as you breathe in, and then breathing out as you breathe out. You can also shorten it to simply in and out. And if you wish, you can add a wonderful depth to this with the following gatha. A gatha is a short poem that accompanies the in and out breath in order to meditate upon. This gatha goes like this. It's very simple, very profound. May it bring you results, peace, and joy. Breathing in, I calm my body and mind. Breathing out, I smile. Breathing in, I dwell in the present moment. Breathing out, I know it is the only moment. And you can shorten this to simply calming, smiling, present moment, only moment. Let us sit with this gatha for another ring of the bell, abiding peacefully with the wonderful life already in our hands. Calming, smiling, present moment, the only moment. May the wonders of life be available to you each and every day, each and every moment. We only need to return to our breathing, and they immediately become available to us, as has been taught by so many teachers of all traditions. What a wonderful moment this is. Thank you so much for joining me. I wish you well. Happy Father's Day. Happy playing, everybody. Thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you in the next video and another live stream. Take good care. Hope you'll share this video with your friends. Check the links below. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Thank you. All blessings. Keep on jamming.